Hi there, this is Graham Nicholls from Affinity Gospel Churches in Partnership, and we are reaching the end of 2025. There are so many things that have happened throughout the year, so many things, geopolitical events happening. The war in Ukraine continues. The Israel-Gaza conflict has subsided to some degree, and there is a sort of peace going on there. But there are also many other conflicts going across the world, many other areas where people are suffering, many areas where Christians are being persecuted. And we need to be aware of those things and pray for and advocate for those situations. In this country, spiritually, it's been a really interesting year. There was the report earlier in the year about the so-called quiet revival, and perhaps not everyone recognized it then, but I would say, talking to church leaders across the country, that nearly everyone is seeing some kind of phenomenon of people, particularly young people, young men, randomly, as it were, walking into their church services. That's a really encouraging development. They're not always seeking Christ as such. Sometimes they're seeking friendship. Sometimes they're seeking identity. Sometimes they have watched online first. Sometimes they haven't. But there's something spiritually going on, and we want to lean into God's purposes in that. We want to keep praying and keep working, not be surprised if people show up, and be ready to explain the gospel to them. But more than that, to disciple them. Many people are turning to the church, but really with no knowledge of what it means to live as a Christian, as a follower of Christ. So that's going on. I think at the same time, and maybe connected with that, there's some big discussions going on across the Christian world, particularly the Christianity evangelical scene in the UK, about Christian nationalism. Don't want to get into debating and discussing it here, but really to mark that this is a significant issue for us to work out as believers what it means to be both a Christian and someone who lives in a particular nation and wants to promote and support the well-being of that nation and the health of that nation, and maybe even wants to get involved in politics. Pray going into 2026 that those kind of discussions would be fruitful and useful for the glory of God, for the good of our nation, yes, but for the good of the church in our nation, that many more people would turn to Christ rather than to politics as the solution to their problems. It's also been a year where we've advanced as Affinity, helping the launch of the Gospel Coalition UK. That came to fruition in the autumn when we met together and convened a council of about 40 members to be the kind of nascent, the founding council of TGC UK. And that was approved in early December by TGC in the States. So we're thankful to God for this new milestone, and we look to him to help us as we seek to put everything into place for TGC UK in the coming year. I pray that you will or have had a joyful and peaceful Christmas and New Year celebrations with your family, with your church family. And do pray for us at Affinity as we go into 2026. There's lots going on. The publications we do, the meetings we convene, the fellowship we encourage, the prayers that we encourage, and the prayers we make ourselves. Pray for us that we would do good work for the glory of God. Thanks for watching.